My hope for the legacy of this work at Georgetown is that Georgetown's community members, including individuals from all races, religions, socioeconomic and cultural backgrounds, understand that when they spoke out from a perspective of wanting to acknowledge Georgetown's at times grievous history, Georgetown as an institution for others listened. I think that for the Georgetown community to understand that its leaders are listening, not just hearing, but listening to its petitions, I think that's profoundly important. And from a greater perspective, the working group has been blessed to receive a lot of attention in the media, whether it be the Washington Post, the New York Times, and other publications. And I would say, from my perspective, the working group, commissioned by President DeGioia, has done an outstanding job in setting the tone for how to honorably deal with a past, a history that is marred by slavery. And so I would hope that the work that the working group has done would serve as an honorable and beautiful model that will inspire other universities, that they will also have the courage to grapple with their histories in as direct and respectful a manner as the working group has been able to inspire Georgetown to do. Well, I would describe this process in terms of how it has played out for me personally as twofold. First, it has filled me with great personal fulfillment in terms of, as a senior, now a graduate and alum of Georgetown, I was blessed with the opportunity to serve with a working group that, for all intents and purposes, engaged work that will influence the course of Georgetown's future history for generations to come. So it was an opportunity for me to sow my heart into the soils of Georgetown University. That was very important to me, very fulfilling. And also, secondly, in terms of my personal ambitions of dedicating my life to others, whether that be through academia, whether that be through diplomacy, whatever that be through, the lessons that I learned as a student working on the working group included how to work with others that possess ideas and perspectives that are greatly different from your own, how to engage them in a way that leads to wise and sagacious fruit. And I think that from a personal, aspirational perspective, the lessons that I learned will serve me well via my future, a future that I believe will be dedicated to the benefit of other people. So ultimately, everything about this process, the highs and the lows, help to contribute to an individual that I am today that I hope and pray will help to make a difference in whatever community I find myself in the future. I think one of the unique inspirations that enthused the way the working group went about handling this work at Georgetown in particular specifically pertains to Georgetown's identity as a Jesuit institution, which for me was always a moral code that I would reference in working group meetings and on the walking the community at Georgetown when I would get questions from students, faculty, and other members alike. Georgetown's identity as a Jesuit institution, I would argue, raises the standard by which we engage slavery as a part of our history, because the Jesuits beautifully and powerfully espouse a codified system of morality, whether it be faith and justice, a commitment to faith and justice, the ideal of being women and men for others, the principle of interreligious understanding. If we're going to grapple with our history regarding slavery as a Jesuit school, then we must do so from a Jesuit moral perspective. In my opinion, and since I'm a graduate, I feel like I can speak more freely about this. Georgetown is one of the most unique universities in America, I would argue, because it's not just about educating young people. It's about how you educate young people. And I think that Georgetown has this unique way of infusing morality that is alluring with an intellectual curiosity that permeates and is imbued in the very bricks of Georgetown University. When it comes to these issues, I always saw the members of the working group engage them directly, wholeheartedly, and innocently. Were they at times hard conversations to have? Of course. But in life, anything that is worth attaining is worth working diligently for. And I can honestly say that the working group, we worked very diligently for the current and ongoing results that are in existence.